Hi, my name's Ilma and welcome to my channel. I've been posting Christian blogs, going 12 years next month, every day. Today I'd like to share Genesis 26 verses 1 to 5. Here's the word of God. Now there was a famine in the land besides the former famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went to Gerar to Abimelech, king of the Philistines. And the Lord appeared to him and said, "Do not go down to Egypt. Dwell in the land of which I shall tell you. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with you and will bless you. For to you and to your offspring I will give all these lands, and I will establish the oath that I swore to Abraham your father. I will multiply your offspring as the stars of heaven, and I will give to your offspring all these lands. And in your offspring all the nations of the earth shall be blessed. Because Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws." Genesis 26, 1 to 5. Here is the poem I wrote inspired by those verses. The covenant promise reiterated to Isaac. Just as there was famine in the land during Abraham's time, in Isaac's time that famine was also repeated in his days. So Isaac went to Gerar and went to the king of the Philistines. The Lord appeared to Isaac and cautioned him not to go to Egypt. Isaac was instructed by God to go and live where he will lead him. If he follows the Lord, he will be blessed with the offspring and land. The covenant promise made with his father will be done in his time. The Lord reminded him of Abraham's obedience, which he also asked of him. And here's my essay. What an interesting repeat of history this was. In Abraham's time, there was also famine in the land in Negev, as Genesis 12 verse 10 relates. The move of Abraham from Haran was when he was 75 years old. Isaac was 60 years old when Esau and Jacob were born, stated in Genesis 25 verse 26. And in verse 27, the two boys grew up. It seems like when Isaac was moving to Gerar, he must have been the same age as Abraham moved out of Haran. The Lord also spoke to Abraham in Genesis 12 and was given instruction to go where he will take him. It was also at this time that the Lord made a covenant promise with Abraham that he will bring him to a promised land and he will be blessed with a great name and nation. It doesn't look like this was a coincidence. This was God's plan from the beginning to continue on with his promise to Abraham. God reiterated that promise to Isaac as well. Reflection. What trait of God was truly clear in this account, and why did he repeat his promise? We see God's steadfast love, his faithfulness, and him being a promise keeper. I'm sure that Abraham probably did not tell Isaac the promise that his covenant promise with God, maybe parts of it, but as he was growing up, he was actually witnessing how his father continued to obey God. And he probably knew a part of the covenant promise, but I think it was very important that God repeated the promise to Isaac, because so that Isaac will follow through with whatever wasn't done in the time of Abraham, and now that is going to be done in his time and in the time of his sons. So I think many of us are struggling with keeping our promises, and I think that's because we haven't learned to be as faithful as God, because God is so faithful. We are very limited, we're very conditional, and God is unconditional and he is unlimited. So when we make a promise, a lot of times we we usually just use words and not follow through with the promise, because life happens and there's so many interruptions in our life and distractions. So I encourage you to reflect on this aspect and trait of God, that He's a covenant promise keeper. He is faithful, He is steadfast, and He never forgets what He has promised. Thanks for watching. I hope you check my website at ILMA'S.com for artworks, photographs, and a copy of this blog. Please subscribe to my channel on YouTube so I could make more videos and bring you the Word of God. And if you haven't already, check over 3,000 videos I've done in those years that I've been doing this daily. Just type on Google or YouTube search ILMA'S Poem Devotional. Have a wonderful day.